The spirit of what? Fellowship. You must understand, in life, it takes two to tango. It takes two to communicate. He said, when the child grew, it fell on a day, and the young child cried, my head, my head. And the next thing that took place is that the father said to the servant, take him to what? The mother. A child grew. The mother carried him for 9 months. He came out now. Issue came up. You said, take him to the mother. A child grew up. The mother was the one who bathed the child. The mother did everything necessary. A battlefield was shown. Battle came up. You said, carry him to the mother. As I began to communicate with the Holy Ghost, the many men in church have lost the spirit of fellowship. Why will you say take it to the mother? Are you not the man of the house? Are you not the head of the house? Why will you say the mother? That is to say, it is not all who is the head. It is not all about the head. It is all about who is leading. There are many men today in church, at home, their leadership have been transferred to their wives. Have you studied Genesis 3 verse 1? The Bible says that the serpent was much more cunning and subtle. He came to meet Eve. The serpent began to discuss with Eve. Most of the time we blame that Eve is the failure of what they are going through. Sir, it's not Eve. Everything brought down on the man called Adam, because Adam lost fellowship. The first day the serpent came to fellowship with what? Eve. The man called Adam was not at home. That was not the first day he showed her the forbidden fruit. That was not the first day he told Eve, if you eat of this fruit you will not die. It was not the first day. So it was a continuous access of fellowship. So the first day Eve came, Eve was at home. The serpent came. He began to discuss with Eve, and he came again. He discussed with Eve because at that time Eve was not aware that this was the serpent who has come to make sure they will lose their garden. It was in the place of fellowship. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a generation of Christians, of men today who have lost communication, who have lost fellowship. That this day, any battlefield, men prefer to push their wife ahead. They prefer to say, you go, let me go and hustle. You go, let me go and do this. What is wrong with men? Look at what we just read. The young man who was a child, the father standing, the man could not speak in tongues, the man could not pray, the man could not say any word. The man, because the man lost the essence of fellowship, he said, carry to the mother, not knowing to the man that a battle just came. An arrow just penetrated the child. An arrow just entered the child. A bullet was thrown to the child. He was not aware because he was not in the atmosphere of fellowship. He was not in the realm of fellowship. He does not understand fellowship. Ladies and gentlemen, any man you see today who is consistent in the house of God, who is always frequent in the house of God, check, that man has built an atmosphere of fellowship. Look at the man called Manoah. Judges 13 from verse 1. Manoah has a wife. After a while, if you read verse 3 and 4, when the angel was sent to his house, he was not around. The angel said to the wife, you shall have a son. No razor shall come upon his head. The man said to the wife, you saw a man. He said, yes. He said, but now I will go back. Let me entreat the Lord. Let me also make sacrifice to the Lord, because I want to see what you saw. I want to hear what you hear. And as the man went back, suddenly the same angel came back and met with Manoah. That is a man who understands fellowship.